There comes a time in every person's life when the world grows quiet, when distractions fall away, and the soul begins to sense something stirring deep within. It may not be visible yet, it may not be tangible, but there is a knowing, an unshakable, powerful sense that something great is coming. When God is about to give you something big, He first prepares the soil of your life to receive it. And let me tell you, the preparation is never comfortable. It's never smooth. The soil must be broken. The roots must be pulled. The weeds, those habits of fear, laziness, and doubt, must be torn out by the roots. Because no blessing, no opportunity, no grand reward can grow in a field overrun with excuses. Understand this. The bigger the blessing, the greater the preparation. When you feel like everything is falling apart, you are likely standing on the threshold of something extraordinary. When you are rejected, overlooked, forgotten, when you feel buried under stress and pressure, that is not the end. It is the beginning of something greater than your current circumstances can contain. But you must become the person capable of carrying the blessing. You must stretch. You must rise. You must evolve. Look around you. Look at your life. What is God trying to teach you in this very moment? Are you still chasing validation from others? Or have you learned to validate yourself from within? Are you disciplined, or are you still ruled by emotion? Do you rise early and command your day, or do you let life push you around like a feather in the wind? The gift that is coming to you is not for the version of you that doubts, procrastinates, or hides behind fear. The gift is for the version of you that believes so deeply in the vision for your life that no obstacle, no delay, no failure can shake you. When you become that person, when you think like that person, speak like that person, walk like that person, then the blessing rushes to meet you. But here's the catch. It doesn't arrive when you ask for it. It arrives when think of the times you've wanted something so badly and it didn't come. You begged, you pleaded, you pushed, and you pulled, and you got frustrated. But what you didn't realize is that you were being protected. You weren't being punished. You were being preserved for something better. Rejection is redirection. Failure is formation. Delay is divine timing. You are not being denied, you are being developed. God hides greatness inside of struggle. He hides wisdom inside of waiting, and He hides power inside of pain. So if you are in a season of suffering, if you feel like giving up, stop and listen. The silence is not a sign of abandonment. It's the quiet before the thunder. It's the pause before the storm of blessings rains down on your life. But to receive it, you must stop shrinking. Stop living small. Stop making excuses. You were not created to live an average, mediocre life. You were not meant to blend in. You were born to stand out, to shine, to dominate in your field, to lead in your calling, to rise above the limitations that others have accepted as permanent. You must learn to act even when you're afraid. Speak even when your voice trembles. Move forward even when the path is uncertain. Because the person who gets the reward is not the one who waits until it's easy. It's the one who dares to move while it's hard. When God is about to give you something big, He sends resistance, not to stop you, but to strengthen you. Resistance builds muscle. And if you're going to carry the weight of your destiny, you must be strong enough to hold it. So let the trials come. Let the pressure build. Let the world misunderstand you. Let them mock your hunger and discipline. Because when the reward comes, and it will come, you'll be the ones standing tall. And those who laughed will be the ones asking how you did it. But you'll know. You'll remember the days you were broken, but still got up. The nights you cried, but still kept going. The times you had nothing but faith, and that was enough. You'll remember that what was planted in your spirit didn't need approval from anyone, because it wasn't their dream to understand, it was yours to build. The world only sees results. They don't see the fire you walked through to get them. But God does. He sees your commitment. He sees your sacrifice. He sees every time you chose growth over comfort, vision over convenience, and discipline over distraction. And in due time, the floodgates open. But don't expect it to look like what you imagined. God doesn't operate within your plans. He moves in ways that require trust. So don't get discouraged when your dream takes a detour. Every delay, every pivot, every challenge is working for your good. The blessing is coming. It may not come through the front door. It may come through struggle. It may come disguised as loss. But it is coming, and when it arrives, it will be bigger than what you ask for. Because God doesn't just give what you want. He gives what you need to become who you were created to be. So I ask you, are you ready? Not just ready for the reward, but ready for the responsibility that comes with it. Are you ready to handle more, lead more, serve more, love more? Because the bigger the gift, the more it demands of you. And when you grow into that person, there is no power on earth that can hold back what's meant for you. This is your moment. You don't need a sign. You don't need permission. You don't need anyone to understand. You just need to decide. Decide that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many doors slam in your face, you will not stop. You will not quit. You will not shrink back. You will rise. You will become. You will walk boldly into the life that is already waiting for you on the other side of obedience, perseverance, and unshakable faith. Because when God is about to give you something big, He doesn't whisper, He shakes the ground. He disrupts your comfort. He stirs your spirit. And when you're finally ready to receive it, not just in your hands, but in your heart, the whole world will know that you were chosen for more. You must develop eyes that see beyond the current moment. The eyes of faith do not look at circumstances, they look through them. They look through the lack, through the delay, through the failure, and say, this is not where it ends. Because when the calling is real, it doesn't go away. It haunts you. It keeps you up at night. It burns in your belly. It reminds you that you are destined for something more. And no matter how far you've strayed, that calling waits for you. But the calling alone is not enough. You must respond. You must match the intensity of your desire with the consistency of your action. Every single day, you must move. Move in faith. Move with vision. Move like someone who already knows that the reward is coming. The blessing has already been written in the script of your life. You're not begging for it. You're aligning with it. You are stepping into the version of you who was already chosen to carry it. And that version of you does not play small. That version of you doesn't bow to fear. That version of you walks like a giant among men, not because they're better, but because they dared to believe when others gave up. When you are on the verge of a breakthrough, the enemy will throw everything at you. Distraction, doubt, delay, even people who come dressed as friends but carry the seed of destruction. Learn to discern. Learn to guard your energy, your time, your mind. Because the mind is the battlefield. Win there, and you win everywhere else. You must train your mind to focus on what is coming, not just on what is. You must learn to think like the person who has already received the promise. Speak like them, move like them, decide like them. Because God doesn't bless the version of you that's full of hesitation and fear. He blesses the one that walks in authority even before the doors open. And make no mistake, those doors will open, but not just for anyone. They open for the bold, for the persistent, for the relentless, for the one who keeps going long after the feeling is gone, for the one who learns to show up when it's hard, for the one who stops asking for signs and becomes the sign. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. What looks like a seed today will look like an orchard tomorrow. But you must water it with discipline. You must protect it with vision. You must feed it with action. You must keep showing up, even when no one is clapping for you, even when no one sees you, because consistency is the currency that heaven responds to. Stop comparing your path to someone else's. You do not need to copy someone else's moves when God has already placed greatness inside you. Their pace is not your pace. Their timeline is not your timeline. Stay in your lane, master your assignment, and keep your eyes fixed on the outcome, not the obstacle. There is a difference between activity and alignment. You can be busy and still be lost. But when you are aligned, spirit, mind, body, everything flows. Ideas come, opportunities come, resources come, because the universe moves in harmony with those who move in purpose. And your purpose is not random. Your gifts are not accidental. That fire you feel inside is not a mistake. It's direction. It's God whispering, keep going. You're closer than you think. Some of you are just one more act of faith away, one more decision, one more bold move. But fear has paralyzed you. Fear has tricked you into believing that failure is final, that because it didn't work the first time, it will never work. But understand this, the first attempt is not the final outcome. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Every great reward has a trail of failures behind it. Every great leader has a past full of wrong turns, bad decisions, and missed shots. But they didn't let it stop them. They let it shape them. So let it shape you. Let every setback sharpen your vision. Let every no make you stronger. Let every closed door teach you how to knock louder, how to knock better, how to build your own door if you have to. Because the moment you stop waiting for permission to rise is the moment you step into the flow of divine timing. And when God sees that you're no longer waiting to be chosen, He knows that you've already chosen yourself. That's when it begins to happen. The calls come in, the resources arrive, the right people show up, the ideas flow. Not because you forced it, but because you became it. The life you want doesn't come from wishing. It comes from embodying the mindset, the energy, the behavior of the person who already lives it. Don't ask for more if you're not managing what you already have. Don't ask for increase if you can't handle pressure. Don't ask for favor if you're not willing to carry responsibility. Because every blessing carries weight, and the more you're trusted with, the more will be demanded of you. But don't fear the demand. Step into it. Rise to it. Become worthy of what you've asked for, not by waiting, but by working, not by dreaming, but by doing. You are not behind. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. You are not cursed. You are being called higher. Let me know if you'd like the continuation right away. I'll keep the fire going. So keep walking, keep working, keep building, even when no one notices, even when no one claps, even when the world around you tells you to quit. Because the most powerful work happens in the dark, when no one's watching, when no one's validating you, when it's just you and the vision that refuses to die. There will be days when nothing makes sense, when you question everything, when doubt creeps in and tries to suffocate your faith. But those are the days that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Those are the moments that define you. Will you break or will you bend? Will you quit or will you pivot? The greatest transformations happen in silence, in isolation, in pressure. Diamonds are formed beneath the surface in intense heat under tremendous weight. And if you're feeling that pressure now, it's because you're being shaped into something rare, something valuable. But remember, the process is not the punishment, it's the preparation. And preparation always comes before elevation. You will be misunderstood, you will be doubted, you will be underestimated, but none of that matters. What matters is what you believe about yourself when the noise dies down. What matters is how you speak to yourself when no one is around to cheer you on. Your inner voice must be stronger than the world's opinions. That voice must declare, I am not my past, I am not my mistakes, I am not my fears. I am chosen, I am equipped, I am ready. And when you speak like that, walk like that, think like that, you tap into a power that no force on this earth can stop. Because faith is not passive, it is an aggressive force. It grabs hold of the unseen and pulls it into the now. It speaks what is not as though it is. It creates reality through belief backed by action. You must become unshakable, not because life will be easy, but because your spirit will be anchored. Anchored in purpose, anchored in truth, anchored in the unmovable knowing that something big is coming. And if it hasn't come yet, it's only because the foundation must be laid deeper. You can't build skyscraper blessings on sandbox habits. You must go deeper. Dig into your discipline. Dig into your faith. Dig into your hunger, because the higher the vision, the deeper the roots must go. Otherwise, when the winds of challenge blow, and they will, you'll collapse under the very thing you prayed for. So keep showing up, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Show up in your thoughts, show up in your intentions, show up in your preparation. The world rewards the visible, but God rewards the invisible. The work no one sees, the sacrifices no one thanks you for, the integrity you keep when no one's watching. Those are the things that make you worthy of the blessing. Stop waiting for circumstances to change. You change. You lead the shift. You become the force that transforms the environment around you. Don't be reactive, be revolutionary. Move first, speak first, act first, and let the world catch up to your belief. This is not about motivation, it's about transformation. You don't need a better mood, you need a better mindset. Because mindset drives motion, and motion creates momentum, and momentum, when sustained, becomes mastery. Master your emotions, master your habits, master your mornings. Because how you start your day determines how you shape your life. Wake up with intent. Wake up with power. Wake up with the discipline to say no to what is comfortable and yes to what is necessary. You are not just preparing for a moment, you are preparing for a mission, and that mission requires all of you. Your focus, your fight, your follow-through. The vision you carry is too big for small thinking, too grand for weak commitment, too divine for casual effort. Keep going, keep building. I can continue generating when you're ready. And while others wait for the perfect moment, for the stars to align, for someone to hand them permission, you will have already stepped out. You will have already moved. Because you've learned that success does not come to the most qualified, but to the most committed, the most prepared, the most relentless. When the time comes, when the doors swing open, when the blessing finally reveals itself, you won't be surprised. You'll be ready. Because you've been walking like it's already yours. And when you walk with that kind of certainty, the world begins to respond. People feel it. Rooms shift when you enter. Conversations change when you speak. Because power is felt long before it's seen. But understand this, the blessing doesn't come to validate you, it comes to expand you. It comes to test what you've built, not to build you. You build in the dark, you rise in the silence, you train when no one's watching, and when the platform comes, you'll have already become the person capable of standing on it. So be careful what you wish for, because the weight of greatness is not light. It demands sacrifice. It demands late nights and early mornings. It demands that you let go of mediocrity, let go of comfort, let go of who you used to be, so you can step into who you must become. You will outgrow people, you will outgrow places, you will outgrow mindsets, and that's part of the process. Don't fight it, embrace it. Elevation requires separation, and sometimes the very thing you're holding on to is the anchor keeping you from rising. Let go. Let go of the past. Let go of guilt. Let go of the version of yourself that settled for less, because the new you, the one being called into this next season, cannot carry the dead weight of who you were. God is not interested in your comfort. He's interested in your calling. And your calling will demand that you move when it's inconvenient, speak when it's uncomfortable, act when it makes no sense. You don't need the whole plan. You just need enough faith to take the next step. And once you move, the next door appears, and after that, another. The path reveals itself to those who trust, not to those who wait for guarantees. The time you spend doubting, hesitating, shrinking, playing small, that's time you could be using to build, to grow, to sharpen your sword, because when the battle comes, and it will come, you won't have time to prepare. You'll need to be ready. Not becoming ready, already ready. And if you're in the fire now, if everything feels like it's pressing against you, don't run. Stay in it. Let the fire refine you. Let it burn away the fear, burn away the ego, burn away the distractions, because when the fire passes, only the gold remains. You are being made into something rare, something powerful, and that kind of transformation doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the struggle, in the stretch, in the places that scare you, because the reward is reserved for those who refuse to quit, for the ones who stare rejection in the face and try again, for those who get knocked down and stand back up, not bitter, but better, not weaker, but wiser. Every loss taught them something. Every delay strengthened their resolve. Every silent season built a deeper level of faith. You must train yourself to see pressure as preparation. See the problem as proof that you're getting closer. No storm lasts forever, but every storm serves a purpose. And the purpose is always to prepare you for what you prayed for. But preparation is uncomfortable. It stretches you. It calls out the parts of you that are not yet ready to receive the blessing. And if you're asking for something big, expect a big stretch. Expect long nights. Expect hard conversations. Expect internal battles that no one else sees. But also expect growth. Expect wisdom. Expect unshakable clarity. Expect strength you didn't know you had, because it will all be worth it when you realize that everything was designed to make you become the person your future needs. That version of you, your future self, is watching you now, waiting for you to rise, waiting for you to stop running, waiting for you to stop doubting, waiting for you to decide that you've had enough of being average, enough of being almost, enough of playing small. Because the moment you decide, really decide, that you're done settling, the game changes. You start showing up differently. You start thinking differently. You stop looking for shortcuts. You stop asking for easy. You start craving excellence. You start demanding more from yourself, not from a place of guilt, but from a place of vision. You begin to carry yourself as if the promise is already fulfilled. You walk like a person who knows the stage is being set. You speak like someone who knows their name is being mentioned in rooms they haven't entered yet. You behave like someone who knows they were born for more. And people will feel it. They may not understand it, but they will feel it. Your energy will shift. Your words will carry weight. Your presence will demand attention, not because you're loud, but because you're aligned. Alignment is power. It's when your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your faith all point in the same direction. No confusion, no hesitation, no contradiction, just focused forward movement. And when you're aligned, momentum builds. Doors that were once locked swing open. People who once ignored you now seek you out. Opportunities multiply. Resources find you, not because you're chasing, but because you've become magnetic. That's the power of preparation. That's the reward of perseverance. That's the evidence that what you've been asking for is now looking for you, but you must stay the course. You must keep the vision in front of you even when it looks impossible, especially when it looks impossible. The ones who win are not the ones who have the most talent. They are the ones who have the most endurance, the ones who refuse to fold under pressure, the ones who choose faith over fear 1,000 times, even when everything in them wants to quit. So now you stand at the edge of everything you've been preparing for, and the question is not whether the blessing is coming, because it is. The real question is, will you be ready to carry it? Will you be strong enough to handle what you asked for? Will you be focused enough to protect it? Will you be bold enough to step into it without apology, without hesitation, without fear? Because when God is about to give you something big, He doesn't just prepare the blessing for you. He prepares you for the blessing. And if you've been stretched, tested, humbled, and refined, it's because what's coming requires nothing less than your full transformation. So don't shrink, don't doubt, don't flinch, stand tall, walk bold, own your becoming. You are not waiting on the blessing. The blessing has been waiting on you.